बहन तुम पागल हो, आप उसको चुपा के देख रहे हो अपने हैं।
I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right? Is it? Can someone confirm it?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So thanks everyone for joining this session. And initially, I'll take your 2-3 minute time to just explain how the program is going to happen. This CCNA program. Then we have our instructor that is Abhishek sir. He is going to take care rest of the thing about that class and everything. So I can see other people are still joining. So welcome you all in the GuiNet, and we are the training provider, and we are dealing with the different training courses like CCNA, CCNP. If you have any firewall related requirement, any SD-WAN, cloud related, a lot of courses are available. You can just visit our website and you can find out that detail and reach out to WhatsApp number or call us, and definitely somebody is going to get back to you. So today we are going to launch a very fresh batch that is going to happen Monday to Friday in 9 p.m. So the session is going to happen almost 1.5 hours. Like around it is going to start 9 and it is going to finish 9:50, 9:20, some Q&A session like that. So in this course, we are going to do a very detailed discussion about the as per official CCNA curriculum, right? So later you will find these all documents, how it is going to happen. So there are total, if you go for the official certification of the CCNA, let me show you. Abhishek sir will explain later on. So CCNA, like if you go certification, so there is exam code that is 200-301, right? So this is the official CCNA certification module that is available on the Cisco website. Little bit slow. So the same thing we have like showing here. You can see detail wise like what are the course content is going to happen, like network fundamental. That is a very key in very detail, right? IP connectivity, what you're going to learn about it, IP services, security fundamental, right? Automation and programmability. So these are the actual and the labs, definitely. This is the key important thing, the lab part, which is going to be, you are going to get the lab access, which is available 24/7. In addition of that, Abhishek are also going to help you to build the lab in your system, right? How you can do the practice, how the router switches are going to build on your system, and based on that, how you can basically do your daily practice. So that is also going to be happen. And during the session, Abhishek sir is going to take a special session for that, and he is going to explain each and everything about the lab part. So entire this course curriculum, right, that is aligned with this CCNA exam, right? So if you just click on the exam topic, you are going to exactly get the same course content which I am showing right now in this particular section. So if you are like just planning to start your journey in the CCNA, that is like the first step, right? If you want to become the network engineer, this is the first step where you have to learn these all topics, and you can see the weightage of the topic, right? So if you're going to appear in the exam after this all course and all, then I would recommend initially not require the exam, because major of the company not asking the certification, they ask for the knowledge. So if you have really right knowledge, so you can easily crack the interview and initially you can get the jobs. But if you want to prepare the exam as well, and 10. So these are the classified exactly the same what I explained here. Okay, exactly the same all topics, right? So all the things like even the lab part also, you are going to get the labs which is going to be accessible from the anywhere. So I'm just taking a little bit time to just explain how the lab is going to be accessible. So let's say suppose you want to do your lab, right? And even you don't have the any kind of the high processing laptop and PC, still you can just run this lab from the anywhere, It's it's a little bit slow for some reason, but no worry. Let me show you. If I go here, so you can see here CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE related lab. Everything is available here. So let's suppose you want to do the routing practice. Is like bit complex, but let me show you some small topologies for the CCNA guys. Like how you want to run the VTP, how the switches is going to be configured, how the router is going to be configured. So step by step, the sir is going to explain to you, and you are going to learn these all things. How the OSPF is going to be configured. Like these labs are basically designed for the CCNP and CCI, but still, if you want to like explore your expertise, like you want to just play around with the router and switches, these labs are always going to available for you 24/7, and it is going to be accessible from anywhere. The GNS3, or might be you can just do via the packet tracer, which Abhishek sir is going to be explained, right? So I'm making the host Abhishek sir. He is going to further take care of this session. So Abhishek sir, already we host. So I'm stopping my screens here. You can start sharing the screen and start explaining the
Okay,
things.
thank you, sir. Sir, there are
Thank you.
two doubts of the students in the chat. If you would be able to clear it out, that would be handy for me, because two students have asked something.
Abhishek sir,
Yeah. Hello.
you audible?
Yes, sir. I am audible.
Yes, yes. Go
Okay,
ahead,
sir.
please.
Yeah, there are two students asking something on the chat.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
okay.
I'll explain to them.
Okay,
You
okay,
just
no
continue.
issues. Okay.
Okay, I'll take care.
Okay. So, hi, good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible to each and every one of you. So just confirm me, can you, just confirm me, can you see my screen or not?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Just give a quick value on the chat that how many of you are freshers and how many of you are currently working. Just write it on the chat. Okay, so I'll just see the chat. So you are working. Imran is working. Okan is also working. Ram is also working. That's cool. Fresher. Sunanda Sao is fresher. Working. Currently working. Working in non-IT. Srinivas. Okay. So everyone who are working, they are working in IT or non-IT? Non-IT. Freshers. Okay. Non-IT. Non-IT. Not an IT. Okay, so let's start with the session. Then okay. The most of the people here are working and in network itself. Okay, Harshal, what are you doing currently in network? So could you please elaborate? It will be a little helpful for me to understand. Working in IT. Okay, good. Harshal, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
Harshal.
I can hear you.
Yeah, Harshal. So you're working as a network engineer or what? L1 or L2 engineer?
I'm currently working as an L1 engineer.
Okay, you're working as an L1
So,
engineer. Okay, cool. So that's why
yes,
you're looking for
basically,
CCNA to upgrade yourself. Okay.
yes.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so I hope everyone can see my screen and my PPT presentation. Okay, the slides. Now see. Okay, so try to understand what is CCNA. First of all, try to understand and why we are gonna do that. Okay, so just a second now. So see CCNA. So CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associates. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is CCNA and why CCNA. So see why we do CCNA. CCNA, it has been done to validate our knowledge in routing, switching, IP services, IP connectivity, and some little automation and wireless part. Okay. So it is an entry-level exam for all of those stuff. Entry-level exam for networks. Okay, so it's basically validate your knowledge of routing, switching, IP services, IP connectivity, automation, and wireless. Okay, let's suppose you have all the knowledge of routing, switching, IP services, connectivity, IP address, each and everything. But who is gonna validate? This is the certificate, CCNA certificate. It is gonna validate your knowledge. For how many years? For 3 years. After 3 years, this certificate will expire. And the exam code for this certificate is 200-30. Okay. And we call it as an entry-level exam for network engineers. Whenever you are looking to go into the networking field, the first thing you have to encounter is with CCNA. CCNA. Once you will complete with your CCNA, then you will go to the next level, which is your CCNP, which stands for Cisco Certified Network Professionals. And then the last one is CCIE, which stands for Cisco Certified Internet Expert. Okay, and CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associates. Okay. So before going towards the CCNA, what is the syllabus, what we're gonna do throughout the course, let's go a little back to the history before 2020. Okay, so try to understand. Okay, CCNA has been done before 2020. What happens? Okay, there are various fields for CCNA, such as, I will just write on the fields: routing and switching, second one is your security, third one is your data center, fourth one is your service provider, fifth one is your wireless, and the last one, the sixth one, which is your design. Okay. And we do the certifications of CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. So before 2020, what is here? CCNA could be done in your routing and switching, your security, CCNA in security, CCNA in data center, CCNA in service provider, CCNA in wireless, CCNA in design. Similarly, the way you do CCNA in these 6 fields, we can do CCNP as well in my routing and switching, CCNP in my security, CCNP in my data center, CCNP in my service provider, CCNP in my wireless, CCNP in my design. And similarly,
Sir, can you just click on my name
yeah,
and
that's
make me
what
the
I'm
co-host? Can you just make me the co-host? I'll mute. Just click on my
where to
name.
do from it.
Just click on GuiNet 3-dot button.
Yeah.
You'll getting the co-host option.
Just yeah, make a post. Yeah, I make your post.
Okay, now done.
Okay,
Okay. Let me mute. You continue.
Okay. Okay. So now, see. So similarly, we can do CCIE in routing and switching, security part, your data center part, service provider, your wireless, and then your design. Before 2020. But after 2020, what Cisco did? Cisco has merged the CCNA certification of all of this into the one. Now, we don't have CCNA in security. We don't, after 2021, I'm talking about, we don't have CCNA in security. We don't have CCNA in data center. We don't have CCNA service provider. We don't have CCNA wireless, and we don't have even CCNA design. We only have one thing today, which is CCNA routing and switching. That is the only one certificate which Cisco has now giving us in the routing and switching. Rest all of these have been scrapped now. They are only available in CCNP and CCIE, not in CCNA. CCNA and CCNA, we have only one certification, which is routing and switching, exam code number 20301, and the validation for this routing and switching certificate is for 3 slides. Okay. So now the thing is, now what we're going to do in the CCNA routing and switching. So we'll divide our CCNA routing and syllabus into 4 parts. Okay, like this. My first part would be introduction to networking. Whereas my second part will be totally dedicated to my routing. Then we'll dedicate our second part, third part to switching. And last but not the least is miscellaneous topics, which we're gonna do. Okay. So now we have to understand what we're gonna do in the introduction to networking. We will see types of network.
Sorry, sir. I believe
Yes, sir.
Srinivas have some question.
Sorry,
Srinivas? Yeah, you raise your hand. You can ask.
Sir, what is the
Someone
3 years?
question?
You're right, written to 3 years. Can you
Yeah.
explain?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
What is the 3 years, sir? 3 years you written to
3
3
years
years.
is 3 years is expiration period of CCNA certification. Because after 3 years, you have to give the CCNA exam again. It's not
Okay.
mandatory. It's not mandatory once you are in the company. So they will not demand. Okay. So it's
Okay.
totally up to you. It's
Okay,
like
done.
to revise your knowledge. That's why they conduct the CCNA after 3 years. You have to give it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, welcome. Now, so in introduction to CCNA, introduction to networking, what we're gonna do is we're gonna understand the types of network. First thing is this. Then we will read communication models, such as OSI model and TCP/IP model. Then the third would be IP address. Both IPv4 we will do in introduction to networking, whereas IP6 we will cover in our miscellaneous topics. Okay. And now comes to next, which is the most important in the introduction of networking, which is my subnetting and VLSM. This is one of the most important topic. Okay, for my introduction to network. Introduction to networks. And the last topic we'll do in the introduction to network will be your types of networking devices, such as your hub, switch, router, gateway, modem, and hub switch router gateway modem, your repeater. All of those devices we will learn. And introduction to networks. This whole topic will take our at least 2 weeks. Okay, and one more topic to add in this introduction to network part is my address resolution protocol, which you call as ARP. I hope most of them who are working in the networking industry, in the IT industry, they must have heard about this ARP protocol, which is address resolution protocol. Okay, so we'll do this as well. And it is also one of the very, very important topic we will discuss. So once we will cover and make sure this all part, the introduction to networking part, it will be all my theoretical part, totally theory. Okay, but once we will jump onto my routing. Okay, so what we will do in our routing? We will divide our routing into 3 parts. Like this.
ಮಗನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಅವ್ರು
Sorry?
ಸಂಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅದಂತ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ
Sir, Vishal sir, are you there?
ಅದೇ
Vishal sir, are you there?
I just muted. Sorry, I muted.
Okay,
Yeah.
no issues. Okay, now sir, try to understand. Routing. After the introduction to networking, we'll jump onto our routing. So in routing, we'll learn 3 types of routing. One is my default routing. One is my static routing. And the last one is my dynamic routing. Further, we classify dynamic into 2 parts. One is my IGP and another one is my EGP. Whereas IGP has different protocols such as RIP protocol, EIGRP, OSPF, and then ISIS. And in EGP, I have only one protocol, which is known as BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. Okay, so what we are going to do in the CCNA, we will cover static routing, both theory and practical. After covering our static routing, we'll come to our IGP routing. And in IGP, we will cover RIP, EIGRP, and OSP. Okay. But in Cisco syllabus, when you will go through the syllabus of Cisco, you will see there is no mention of RIP and EIGRP. No mention of in Cisco syllabus. Because Cisco have already removed RIP and EIGRP from our CCNA and they were put in the CCNP. But we will cover RIP, EIGRP, and OSPF as well. And one more protocol, which is known as redistribution. How to redistribute between RIP and EIGR. Okay, so the protocols which I have just tell you, RIP, EIGRP, and OSPF, these all we also learn both practically and theoretical. So our routing, it also takes somewhere around 2 to 2.5 weeks. Okay. Once we will cover our routing part, then we will go to our switching part. And in switching, what we all cover, we'll cover how to create VLANs. how to perform routing between different VLANs, which we call as inter-VLAN routing. So there are basically two methods to perform inter-VLAN routing. One is my router on a stick method, and another method is my switch virtual interface. So we'll discuss both these methods in our inter-VLAN routing. Then we'll learn what is our DTP, dynamic trunking protocol. Then there's a topic known as what is VTP, which stands for virtual trunking protocol. Or you could say VLAN trunking protocol. Then after doing this, we will learn what is Ether channel. The port security. And one of the most important protocols in switching, which is my spanning tree. Okay, just wait for a second. Yeah. Spanning tree protocol. Okay. This protocol, STP protocol, this is very, very important in my switching. Very important. And in routing, the most important protocol nowadays industries are using, it is my OSP. This is also important in my dynamic routing. Okay, so switching also takes somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks to complete it all. Okay, so once you are done, and make sure switching is also done both theoretically, and practically. Make sure. Okay, and the last one, which I need to discuss is now, what are those miscellaneous topics? What we're gonna do. Okay, so in miscellaneous, there is introduction to programmability, introduction to automation, and programmability. Okay, then we'll learn something about automation is basically of SD-WAN. Okay, SD-WAN, which is very, very new concept nowadays, which stands for software defined wide area. That's what we're gonna learn in automation. Okay, but this is totally theoretical. Okay, not in terms of practical. Then we will learn FHRP. It contains of HSRP, VRRP, and GLBP. Again, this is your theoretical part. Okay, as I have already mentioned, that we are gonna learn IPv6 in miscellaneous topics. So IPv6 is also one of the part of my IPv6 is also part of miscellaneous. Then we will learn what is NAT, network address translation. Network address translation. After that, we will learn what is PAT, which stands for port address translation. And one topic more we'll do, access control list. which is my ACL, which is of two types basically. One is standard and extended. Okay. ACL, NAT, PAT, all of those things. NAT, one thing is my NAT. PAT, IPv6 in terms of how to give IP to the routers. And the last one is my ACL, both standard and extended. We will do theoretically and practical. Okay. So overall, all of those contents which make us, it will take around 2 to 2.5 months to cover our CCNA syllabus. Okay, so once you will complete your CCNA, okay, so what kind of jobs you can search? Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you about the job profiles which you can search for. Okay, so let's suppose once you have done CCNA, after CCNA, jobs. Okay, so the jobs which we're gonna look for is the network administrator. Okay, one is network engineer. The third one is your system engineer. Okay, network consultant. Technical support engineers. Okay, and many more because you have wireless components as well. So after doing this, after completing your CCNA, in these 5 fields, you can search for job. And those who are fresher, okay, the package starts for CCNA is around 4 lakhs. Okay, I'll just show you online. Okay, don't worry. Just see. So, CCNA package. Sorry. It's about India. The average CCNA salary, it's talking about average, which is 6,50,000 per year. Or you could earn 260 per hour as well. Whereas entry level position, it starts somewhere around 4 lakh per year. While the most experienced, not in the CCNA field, it is consolidated of CCNP and CCIE. So you could run one around 21 lakhs per year. Okay, clear? Do anyone wants to ask something? Please feel free to ask now.
Basically, some question are related to labs. Already I explained the chat.
So, okay, just
So-
give me a second. Just give me a second. I'll just explain to all of those students. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are those labs? Okay. So now we have different platforms for lab. Okay. So we start with Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay. One software we have GNS3. One we have EVE-NG. Okay. But for CCNA, specifically for CCNA, we will stick to our Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay. We will so I will provide the link, so we will share with the students, or else I will teach you all how to download the Cisco packet tracer. Okay, so I will make you guys download the Cisco packet tracer, or else we will provide you this setup. Okay, all the practicals will be done on my Cisco packet tracer related to my CCNA. Okay, we will not use GNS3 and EVNG for CCNA purpose, because they are little advanced tools. Okay, because right now we are just learning CCNA, so we'll stick to Cisco packet tracer. Okay, once you will know all the codings, each and everything, then you can perform on GNS3 and EVNG as well, because the commands won't change. It won't affect it. Okay, anything else? I hope I made myself clear in the lab session.
Hi Abhishek, Akash here.
Hi.
Actually, you said about like SD-WAN. So SD-WAN, you will cover a whole theory or just the basic?
No. It's just an introduction, because I've
It's
just
just
told you that
introduction.
we have to understand the automation part, because right now we are totally switching to the SD-WAN. Okay, so what Cisco did, they have introduced CCNA in the automation part in the CCNA, so that student also know about the SD-WAN, the automation of the networks, how the
So the
automation has been done nowadays.
so the basic you will provide the web tailor only, right?
Sorry, could you repeat
I
again?
mean, like you will provide the basic for the
Web
web
tailor,
tailor.
you're talking about no, we're not going to provide the web tailor. We will just tell the theory of SD-WAN, how SD-WAN works, basically.
Okay.
So
Basic.
what does this software define wide area network means? Okay,
Okay.
because
Okay.
okay.
Sorry to interrupt here, Akash and everyone. See, for the SD-WAN, right? It's the next generation networking. So anyone want to learn SD-WAN, data center technology, SDXS, right? They want to learn advanced routing. So if we not have very good foundation, like we not have very good command on the static routing, dynamic routing, basic switching fundamentals, so it is very difficult to understand those technologies. But being a network engineer, even we are learning for CCNA, at least we should familiar with the terminologies, right? What is the concept of the WAN, what is the concept of the LAN, and what is the concept of the SD-WAN? So sir is definitely going to explain each and everything. Okay. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, any more questions from students? Please feel free to ask anything, whatever you would like to ask.
I believe, let me see name. Just hold on, sir. Okay, so Martin is asking about job assistant. Yes, so we provide the job assistant, Martin. We keep posting the job openings. Like today also we posted about the L1 engineer, L2 engineer jobs openings. We keep posting about that job related stuff, and also we help you to contact with the right person, right company HR, so you can just go and just give the interview. And for the interview preparation, we definitely help you out. What kind of the question, mock drill, and everything is going to be happening here. Okay, so no need to worry about that. We'll discuss separately about it. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, sure. So any more questions? Please ask whatever you have doubts regarding CCNA. What is this? How we're gonna perform it? What are the labs? We are gonna perform each and every lab. Okay. Apart from this first session, which I've just discussed now, introduction to networks. Apart from this, we will do the labs for routing. Just a second. We'll do the labs for routing, switching.
Hello,
and
sir.
Please go on. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Martin.
Yeah, Martin.
In
Please
this course, will we get recording classes? And
yeah, definitely. You will get, even you will get the PPTs from me as well. Because like for example, right now I am just writing each and everything. How will I explain? I will explain like this. Okay, so you will get the notes as well from my side. The PPT what we will discuss in the class,
Abhishek,
I will share with you.
all these classes will be on English and Hindi?
Sorry, could you repeat again? Your voice is a bit,
The
bit
class will be
lacking.
held on English or Hindi?
I'm not getting your
So
voice.
Prakash, if I sorry sir, Prakash,
sir.
if I understand correctly, you're asking about the class timings, right? So
Language, Hindi or English?
it is initially it is going to be English because we are
Okay,
running
it's a medium,
parallel
medium.
to two
English.
batches. Okay, the one is Hindi, one is English, right? So this is for the English, right? We are talking about the English. But if anyone have any difficulty, we can have the separate discussion. We can try to put in the Hindi batch. There is no problem at all, right? But being a professional, when you go for the interview, I highly recommend the language should be not a barrier, because if you go for the any MNCs, right, we have a lot of challenges. People are hesitate to speak and give lack of confidence when they're going to appear in the interview. So it's better to understand thing in the English. Try to ask more question in the English. At least you have the good practice. Okay. Regarding timings, so the session is going to happen Monday to Friday, 9 to 10:30, right? But probably it is going to finish 9 to 10:15, around 10, 1 hour session and 15-minute like Q&A and some other stuff like support and all. So the whole period is 1.5 hour, but within the 1.5 hour, everything is going to be completed. No need to worry about that. Okay. Clear to all? Any other question, guys?
Got it.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
So same, I'm asking the questions because there are a lot of students, so I think they have doubts. They those who are freshers, those who are working in IT fields, because I think they are switching from their IT to coming to networking field. They will have some doubts. Please go on. Feel free to ask anything.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Could I
please.
explain?
Sorry.
You have not talk about the BGP protocol. Is this protocol included in this current
No, no,
CCNA
no,
course
no,
content?
no. I've already told you. Will even RIP and EAGRP are not even in the CCNA. But however, I will make you learn RIP and EAGRP as well. Because without RIP and EAGRP, you guys won't be able to understand the OSPF protocol. And EGP protocol is not in my CCNA, it is in CCNP. While you do the CCNP, you will learn your BGP protocol. Okay, but we will do RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, and one more protocol, which is my redistribution protocol, which is a combination of both RIP and EIGRP. Okay, that's all we do. Now, we are not going to cover the BGP in CCNA, especially. Even if you will see the syllabus for your CCNA, I'll just open it, just show you. Just give me a second. What's your name? What's your name? Habibul.
Yeah.
Okay, Habibul. Just wait a second. See. Not in this. Just give me a second, Habibul. Just allow me a second, please. It's also showing me the overview. Just a second.
Just click on the exam review topic, sir. The same tab.
Where?
Yeah,
Same tab.
Yeah.
Actually, earlier it was on the homepage. Where it is?
So go down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
This one. Maybe this one.
This-
Maybe exam topics.
yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. No, we have all again come to that page. I want to see the syllabus of. Just give me a second. Just allow me a second, please.
This is syllabus, sir. You just go there. This is syllabus. If you drop down, you'll find all the syllabus.
This
Entire
was
syllabus.
syllabus PDF.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
looking for PDF. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking for PDF. Okay, because now I will get the whole syllabus. Okay, so see Habibul here. Okay, you will only see one protocol which we're gonna use is my see, we have default route, as I told you. Okay, then host route, floating static, and just see here which protocol has been mentioned here. Configure and verify single area OSP. Okay, because we divide OSPF into two parts. Okay, I'll just make you little bit more understand, because in OSPF, we have two areas. One is my single area and another one is my multi-area. However, if you could see that they have only mentioned OS configure and verify single area OSPF version 2. But we will cover both single area and multi-area. Because in OSPF, we have a concept known as LSAs. And we have to read 5 LSAs at least. So it's mandatory for me to cover multi-area OSPF as well if we have to cover all those 5 LSAs. Clear, Habibul?
Yes.
Or you want to ask something else? Okay, even you could say they have already. This is my FHRP, first host redundancy protocol, which I've just told you. Okay, so there is no practical for the same as well. Okay, we will cover all of those mentioned here, each and everything. Okay, don't worry, Telnet, SSH. Okay, what is my QoS services? Okay, DHCP client relay, like DHCP, DNS, NAT, using static and dynamic pools. Actually, pools means dynamic. Whereas they have mentioned about the static, they have not mentioned about the pools. They have not mentioned the dynamic. So basically, dynamic means pools. Okay, everything, whatever you see in the CCNA syllabus, we're gonna discuss each and everything. Okay, and you could see automation and programmability. The one thing I was talking about, the SD-WAN. Okay, so there is no concept of SD-WAN as a high level techniques. You have to just go very, very basic. Okay, you could see here here as well, software defined architecture. Clear? Any more questions? Habibul, I hope I made myself clear to you regarding the protocol.
Yes, I have comprehended what exactly saying about. Okay.
Okay. Any more? Anyone else? Please feel free.
So guys, feel free to ask if you have any question.
Anything.
Related, right? If you're not comfortable in English, so you can try in Hindi. Sir will give answers.
Exactly. If you are in Hindi, I can speak Hindi as well. Don't worry.
Yeah. So don't hesitate. It's your session, and we are starting.
So Chandan is asking, can we clear CCNA certificates after this course? Yeah, you can. Okay, you have assigned. Okay, thank you.
So, sir, you just mentioned that we are going to clear the SSS and Telnet. So,
yeah, exactly.
Is there any topic we are getting covered regarding the radius servers and attacks?
You are talking about radius stacks, radius
Server.
Radius server. We'll not cover in CCNA, but if you have any doubts, if you want to cover, I will cover it. It's not a big deal. We will cover it. No issues. So you're basically.
Okay, I was just only looking for the information how the attacks access will be worked.
Actually, radius access, if you have to really work, we will discuss till the only theory part, not on a practical part. Here.
No issues, sir. No.
Okay, if it is fine to you, I have no issue. Okay, I will discuss. Okay, I hope you are talking about radius tasks, if I'm not wrong. There.
Yes.
And and your medium would be Hindi or English? In which medium you would like to?
Yes, I will be fine with both.
Oh, okay, you'll find it with that. Okay, yeah. Anyone else? देखो जिससे हिंदी में पूछता हूँ हिंदी में पूछ लो, वैसे दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है. Please feel free. Sir, Martin is having an issue. I hope you have cleared his doubt.
Martin, I believe already replied.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Martin.
Okay, sir. I hope students have already understood everything.
So Morgan asking about access list. So definitely, Morgan, access list is going to be covered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As I already told you.
Yeah.
See Morgan here. Morgan, open your mic first. And have a word with me. Morgan, see. Morgan, here. Access list. we are gonna cover. There are two types of access list. One is standard and one is extended. Both will be covered.
Okay, let me, sir, sir, can I take a little bit access? Let me
Yeah, sure,
go
please.
through with that course content officially. So
Yes, please.
they are more aligned with. So see, guys, actually, sir has explained that about the PDF part as well, right? So if you see that the official course content, so in network fundamental, what you are going to learn that. So you are going to learn about the routers, right? What is a router? So sir is going to explain in very layman, like in your home itself, router is available. In your home, the switch is also available, right? So you are going to understand about the router, you are going to understand about the switches, even you are going to understand about the firewall, because these are the network component. You have to understand about the IPS engine, IDS engine. Being a network engineer nowadays, firewall is also key concept. You have to understand about the wireless access point. What is a WLC? What is access point? At least you understand about the picture, how the access point is going to look like, how the wireless is going to look like. What is Cisco DNA, WLC? What are the endpoint? What are the servers? What is the PoE, power over Ethernet, non-PoE switches? So these all things are going to be explained. Then you also have to understand about the 2-tier architecture, 3-tier architecture. What is the spine and leaf model? See, earlier these topics was not available in the CCNA, but once the network infrastructure has been changed, what is sir explained after 2020, the things has been also changed, the course content has been also changed. So being a network engineer, you should know each and everything in very detail. At least initially when you're doing the CCNA, you should familiar with the topics. So in upper section, when you go for the CCNP or CCIE, you can get the expertise of these particular topics like DNS center, leaf and spine. These are the like the next generation networking. WAN and SD-WAN definitely. What are the small network? What is the home office network, SO network, on premises and cloud? What does mean? These must be covered and you should know that, right? You also have to understand some media. What is a fiber cable? What is a copper cable? When you connect any network devices, router, switch, which kind of the cable is going to be required? When you connect the router, which kind of the cable is going to be required? Okay, so this also you should know about it, so that in your company, if you're going to work that and you have such kind of the cable, you can easily recognize this is the fiber cable, this is the copper cable, right? How the connection is going to happen, what is the Ethernet, shared media, what is a point-to-point connection, what is the difference between these all. So these are the theoretical things, but these are the key important thing, you should know that. Then you have to understand about the different what is the collision, error, duplex mismatch, speed, which is the interface is going to be configured. So you should know about that, these concept as well, because when you go and configure the router and there is error on that particular interface, how you are going to recognize that if you don't have that knowledge? You have to understand what is the TCP communication, what is the UDP communication, then IP addressing, what is IPv4, IPv6, what is different between these two addressing, how the IPv4 is going to configure, how the switches, router and your machine is going to get, even your mobile is going to get the IP address. And you just have to understand about the IPv6, what is a global unique, right? Local and link local address, anycast, multicast, and this one of the modified EUI 64 standard as well. Then you also have to understand about different Linux, Mac OS and Windows kind of the IP parameter configuration, how it is going to happen. Then you have to understand about the wireless, virtualization, Mac, frame. So these are the networking fundamental, but this section is very important. 20% you can see the weightage. So if you are going to get depth knowledge about this particular topic, you have the good foundation about the networking. At least you can visualize how the network devices are looks like, how the cabling is going to look like, how the architecture is going to look like, how the network topology is going to look like, and what does mean IP addressing. Then we have to start working with the network access, where you just have to understand about the VLANs. You have to configure the VLAN on the ports, access port, trunk port. You have to understand about the ether channels. You have to understand about the ether channel protocol, EAGP, LSAP. You have to understand about the spanning tree. You have to understand about the wireless architecture and the AP modes. WLC, how it is going to be look like in the overall design and configuration. Configuration is not possible because the CCNA, but at least you should look like the architecture of the WLC, how the AP is going to connect it, which kind of the port is going to be configured on the AP and WLC, access trunk and Y access, Y trunk. Then somebody asked about radius and TechAx. That is also part of the syllabus, right? So you can easily understand how the telnet, SSH, HTTP, HTTPS and radius and TechAx is going to be look like. Not actual labs, but it's very easy to do the labs. At least we can understand how the configuration is going to happen, but concept you should know that, right? How the radius and TechAx is going to work. Then there is a little bit understanding about the QS, like the WLAN creation. We have the IP connectivity. This is the pure routing stuff, right? You just have to understand about the routings, like different static routing. We have the dynamic routing, you can see. So we have to understand what is the AD value, longest prefix match, routing protocol matrix, what is the next hop, what is network mask, what is the AD value matrix, last gateway of resort, routing protocol codes, and we have to cover the OSPF part, how the DR, BDR, point to point, that all is going to be happen. So entirely routing stuff is going to cover in the IP connectivity. You are going to get the network access, especially for the LAN in the network access, IP services. It is more about the theoretical stuff, how you are going to do the NAT configuration, like what is the source NAT, how the static NAT is going to happen, what the dynamic NAT is going to be happen, DHCP, DNS understanding, SNMP understanding, DHCP configuration, QS understanding, TFTP, what is TFTP, FTP, SSH, how is it going to be work. And once you have the security IP services, then you have to move the security. Most of the theoretical concept you have to understand, like the best practice, how to secure a network, how the different method we have to secure in the network, like the IPsec tunnel, remote VPNs, how it is going to be created, like layer 2 security, like port security, what sir explain that, like wireless security, how it is going to happen. And then the last section is the automation and programmability. Then we have to understand what is the REST API, how we can understand about the authentication, what is the CRUD method, HTTP verbs and data encoding, JSON, and like little bit how we can understand about JSON, what is the Ansible and Terraform. So these, you just have to get the basic understanding, right? So at least in CCNP and CCIE, once you start doing the high level things, at least you can understand what instructor is just trying to explain the CCNP. All right, and you can just execute the lab. So foundation is going to build. You are going to get overall networking knowledge, architecture, design, right? And also you are going to get about the protocols, VLANs. These are the most important things. And also overall how securing the network, how it is going to be happen, and then how it is going to be automated. So overall package is available in the CCNA. So this is a highly recommended, right? Anyone want to build, right, career in the CC, and it means networking domain. So this is the first step to start your journey. Without CCNA, even you are going to plan your journey in the cloud, like it's incomplete. In security, it's incomplete. Networking, definitely it's incomplete. So basically, we are going to help you to providing the complete package of the CCNA, and it's like the lifetime. You can see you have the recordings, right? You can always watch the recordings. Next 1 year, any CCNA batch is going to be happen. You guys are eligible to join those batches without any issue, right? You don't have to worry about any financial things, right? You just have to reach out to the counselor. They will just give you the live batch access, and you can just repeat your session. You can clear your doubts, right? There is no issue at all. So this kind of the flexibility also you are going to get here. So I would say if you are passionate, you just wanted to plan, this is the right time. Just start a step-by-step learning of the CCNA network fundamentals, try to make your labs, and then probably we can go for the next step. All right, clear to all? Any question anyone have? Srinivas?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear?
Sir, just look at the chat. Ganesh is asking something, how these guys know about the topics. Ganesh, let me tell you, there are some working professionals who have a little bit idea about this CCN and CC, this networking things. That's why they're asking these topics. Okay. I think you are talking about the Harsh who asked me radius taskers. So that's why I think Ganesh has put the topic.
So Ganesh,
Okay,
you don't have to
Ganesh.
worry. Might be you are doing the first time CCNA class, so you not have the idea, and we are considering everyone as a fresher, right? And we understand no knowledge of networking anyone have. So we'll start from the very scratch. That's a zero, and this is the zero to hero batch. All the program, whatever you're running, so you're going to understand from a scratch. We'll start with your home Wi-Fi network where your just home have the router. So you just have to understand how my router is working. So from there you can start correlating the things. Okay, so no need to worry about that. So definitely, Murugan, how iOS upgradation is going to happen? We have the live devices also. If you want, definitely in the labs simulation, it is not possible, but definitely we'll arrange one session, and definitely myself and Abhishek sir will show you. We have the routers which is live available physically, so we can show you in the videos and the Zoom session how the upgradation is going to be happen on the live network. Okay, this is possible, no issue at all for the upgradation process. All right, clear? Any other question, guys? Please ask. Next week we have another session, right? So this is Monday to Friday. So we'll inform you. Initially we go in the slow pace, but once everything is settled, we start doing the 4 or 5 day in a week classes. Okay, without any issue. All good then? Shall we conclude this session for today? Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Curriculum is going
Yes,
to
yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the session, and thank you so much, Abhishek, sir.
Thank you,
And
sir. And
yeah,
I hope
we'll connect
everyone
again.
like the session.
Yes.
Will get his doubts clear. Okay.
Yeah.
So still, if you want to ask something, you may ask anything. Okay, we are here. We can wait for you another 5 to 10 minutes if you want to ask something. Anyone here? Akash, Chandan, Ganesh,
No, thank you, Abhishek,
Gajanan,
for me.
Murugan, Navaneet, Prakash, Ram, Brahman, Srinivas, Sunanda, Veer. Nobody wants to ask anything? So shall we wind up our session for today?
Yes, so I believe they all are good. So
Okay.
thank you so much, guys. See you again
Okay.
by next
Have
week.
a-
Bye. Take care. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, bye bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.